Hi, we're the Five Sisters. I'm Diana.
Joanne.
Bonnie.
We're here today to give you the scoop on scoops. Ice cream scoops have become very useful in modern times for about anything but ice cream. These scoops are not really designed to handle scooping out ice cream very well, but they have superior uses for measuring, especially measuring difficult items.
So there's different types of scoops. This is and it's just preference to you, a squeeze type and a type that you use with your thumb. So there's all different sizes. This one is 1/3 of a cup. It is a size 12. The scoops are, a lot of the ones you're getting now on the internet are not labeled, but the industrial type ones are. These are 1/4 of a cup and they're a size 16. The traditional cookie scoop is a tablespoon and a half and it's a size 40. And I don't know what these sizes are, but they're all different, and you can measure. If you don't know, if you have a scoop and you have no idea and it's not labeled, Bonnie's going to show you how to tell.
Okay, this is a good way to do it. I used to put my tablespoon under the running water and it would splash out, so it wasn't as accurate for me. So
Done that too.
This is what I do.
Okay. So it's 1 tablespoon.
Is it just that I need a teaspoon?
No, it's 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
So the handy thing, for example, this size down here is 1 tablespoon, and 1 tablespoon, as we all know, is 3 teaspoons. So if you're making a big pan of broth, you could put 3 cups of water in your pan and put 1 scoop from the chicken base, and you've got your teaspoon to cup ratio perfectly. You've got 3 teaspoons delivered to that 3 cups of water. The same with peanut butter. Peanut butter is awfully hard to get out of a measuring cup, a traditional measuring cup. Works really slick to measure. Let's see, what do we have? We have peanut butter, honey, sour cream, Crisco,
Mayo.
mayo, any of those goopy things. Just don't even consider using anything but a scoop for a measure.
Okay. Well, like for example, if you have a bunch of cupcakes, you can, this would be perfect for 1/3 of a scoop, like 1/3 of a scoop, 1/3 of a cup scoop of the batter. So a lot of times, Bonnie had some great ideas of things you can use at the batter type stuff.
Oh yeah, I like to scoop cake batter into the cupcakes, and that works very well. You usually I take this size, probably do it twice in
The
smaller papers, and then I also use it to scoop cornbread muffin mix into a muffin tin.
We also use these scoops for the traditional cookie dough batter. The cookie scoop will soon replace the term ice cream scoop, because I'm sure that's what's used most of the time. I have a short video that I will show now that will show you how easy it is to scoop a double batch of Snickerdoodles. I did this, it took me 15 minutes to prepare this size pan that had 60 cookies. that's a good investment for your time, because then I stuck them in the freezer and put a lid on it, and it was good to go. After they're all frozen, you can put them in a Ziploc bag. I just haven't done that yet. Now the thing that remains is I haven't solved the problem of when to put the cinnamon sugar mixture on the outside of a Snickerdoodle, which is really important. I like the shortcut of putting cinnamon chips inside the Snickerdoodle, but we've noticed that several of our husbands prefer that it also have it on the outside. So I've measured the ratio, a teaspoon of cinnamon to a tablespoon of sugar, and I put it in the shaker, and I thought we would just try for experiment, try shaking that on, and we'll test this on our husbands and let you know if it passed the test. This is a quick way to get cinnamon sugar on the outside without taking the time to roll them. Now that they're frozen, they wouldn't accept the cinnamon sugar anyway. I could have done it before I froze these. You can roll them in cinnamon sugar beforehand, but it takes a lot more time. I was in and out of the kitchen 15 minutes by scooping these in
Now,
advance.
this might be more cinnamon on top. The other thing is, because of the sugar, it's good that you put the parchment paper down.
Yes.
Yeah, because it might.
I
be
wonder
hard
if
to
you,
clean up.
I wonder if right after you bake them, before they're cooled off, you could sprinkle it. It would stick.
Okay, let's do one plain one and we'll test that. Almost all cookies you will find can be cooked safely at 350 for about 8 minutes, frozen or unfrozen. And you may need to adjust that slightly by just looking at the cookie and see how it's doing. So I'm going to preheat our oven now for 350. And while it's heating up, I'm going to go to the other end of the kitchen and show you another useful way for using cookie scoops to portion your food. I had a lot of leftovers at Thanksgiving, so I took our 1/3 scoop, which, by the way, I bought this one at Walmart. It wasn't a fancy scoop, but it's been very serviceable. And I used this to portion out my leftovers. So, for example, this is string bean casserole. I'm placing it in a small crock pot for my husband and I to have for dinner tonight. And this is stuffing that, again, I just used the cookie scoop, scooped the scoops onto the cookie sheet, froze them, and then put them in labeled Ziploc bags afterwards. So I have got one thing of stuffing, one thing of string beans, and I put the potatoes on the side. There's room for one more stuffing, so I'll stuff the stuffing in here. Oh, maybe there isn't. Yes. Okay. So this fits in this size crock pot, and I'm going to turn it on high. In 2 hours, when we are through taping, we will have dinner. And that's been hardly any effort. You can tell that we have way more string bean casserole than we do the other two entrees because my husband doesn't like string bean casserole. It's taking me longer to eat that. So that's another quick way to use a scoop for portioning and then freezing things for the future.
Okay, well, we pulled them out of the oven, our test. And Diana, do you want to do your
Okay.
magic
This
here?
is the one that, wait until I put the, we want,
Make sure.
I know that, I was trying to
Okay.
impregnate it into
Okay.
the, okay. So this is the one that we're doing after baking, and these have all been baked with the sugar on it. Bonnie's going to do her special flattening technique.
Wow, talented.
This one's a little,
Yeah, looks good.
okay.
Okay, so this is.
We'll come back to you after they have cooled on the cookie rack. Well, we finished our scoop session, and we now have one last taste comparison. The full-size cookie was sprinkled before baking.
Yeah.
Yes, So the little piece was sprinkled right after it came out of the oven hot. So now we're going to see if we can tell any difference whatsoever, because inside there are lots of cinnamon chips. So we're going to have a cinnamon flavor, but okay, ladies, can you tell the
The
difference?
little one first.
Yeah, we'll do that first.
It's very good.
Very good. Nice amount of cinnamon.
Now for the big cookie.
I think I took it out too soon, didn't we?
Does anyone have an opinion in this room? I really can't tell the difference.
I can't tell. I'm wondering if it was on a whole bunch of cookies, if it would. No, you see, it has a little
It
bit.
doesn't come off.
It
yeah.
does come off a little bit, but taste-wise,
So opinion is, it's up to you. If you want to sprinkle a frozen cookie ball just before it goes in the oven, or if you want to cook the cookie ball and then sprinkle on the cinnamon sugar, we cannot tell the difference.
there's the scoop.